Hey everyone, I'm Nestor Gandara, Principal Partner SA at AWS, based out of New York City. Welcome to a new episode of This Is My Offer. I'm here today with Amit Bhute from Virtusa. Please, Amit, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Thanks, Esther. And I'm really excited to be at this particular show. My name is Amit Bhute. I'm a financial services veteran with nearly 2.5 decades of expertise in financial services. And I have helped large tier one banks and financial institutions do digital transformation over a number of years. It started way back when people were actually moving from COBOL to .NET to Java to SOA and now to cloud and microservices. I've done everything in between. Currently, my role is at Virtusa, where I head the BFS consultancy. I'm responsible for both the people side as well as the offerings and go-to-market side of Virtusa, and that's what I'm here for. Virtusa, as you know, is actually a digital engineering and services company. It's focused on accelerating the technology journey which clients are taking in doing digital transformation, in adapting cloud, and leveraging data, and bringing in digital transformation, maybe front end UX designing, etc. That's our focus. We are the makers, we are the doers, we are the people with technical skills and the domain skills to transform the business at scale without impacting the real business. Thanks.
Thanks, Amit, for the context. Can you explain what is your relationship with AWS?
Yeah, actually, we are one of the premier partners for AWS. So if you see from AWS partner network perspective, we have premier consulting partner status. And we've also signed the strategic collaboration agreement 2 years running with AWS, which includes multi-million dollar investments in launching and rolling out industry solutions on top of AWS. We are a global AWS Partner Award winners back in 2022 as well, and we are continuing to jointly innovate and build solutions with AWS as we speak.
And Amit, I know that you have been working in the financial services industry domain for over 25 years, if I'm not wrong. What are the main challenges you see for customers to innovate in this area?
Financial services, right? Innovation is not really a term which is used with financial services. Most of the innovation for banks and financial large scale services actually happen outside of their own remit.
Mhm.
And the reason for that is anytime they want to, let's say, integrate with the fintech or build a new technology, it takes them a long time to even onboard that system onto their platform. So, in a typical client example, we've seen that it takes about 6 months to 9 months before the vendor can be onboarded, their architecture review can be done, the security review can be done, vendor PO onboarding is done. All of that takes a long time, and that kills the appetite. In addition to that, once you have onboarded the particular solution, you need to follow very traditional approach, a waterfall kind of approach, which is validating the idea externally with the clients, building a business case around it, writing specifications, requirements, handing it over to IT. IT might execute the project in a more agile fashion, but still, after the agile fashion or something, building and testing out with customers still follows waterfall. And this really puts a dampener on innovation as such. And that's what the key challenge is as part of innovations. Most of the POCs or pilots fail to deliver the value to the customers in the time they're supposed to.
Got it. And something that I believe is important for the audience, how is Virtusa addressing those challenges that you just mentioned before?
What the banks and financial services need to do is they need to take a page out of the digital native firms, figure out how they're innovating. They actually leverage design thinking principles early, and they focus on more on collaborating, assembling the solution rather than building it themselves. Now, think about building house of Legos, for example, right?
Mhm.
If you're building a house of Legos, what happens is you can't build a house with just one type of Lego. As you know, when you're building a house, you require different types of Legos. You require windows, you require doors, you require roof, you require different types of Legos to really build a house. And what happens is the the current system which is there doesn't have all those Legos. So what happens is you require different types of Legos which you'll be able to create. Now, what are those Lego allergies? So banks will have their own EPS, but you need to bring in fintech APIs. Let's say a firm Y is on Findo APIs. You want to want merchant APIs like treasury systems, ERP, e-commerce systems. You might require partner APIs, which are there. You might require SaaS accounting platform APIs. All of these different types of APIs are required to be able to leverage and create an end-to-end holistic solution. But with this APIs, and if you're exposing this APIs, comes a problem of privacy and data security, which is where you need to think about how can you create synthetic data at scale. How can you create a place where you're not exposing your clients private and sensitive or PII data, but really created a synthetic data which still mirrors your production data and creates this as a common platform. And on top of it, now you have the data, you have the APIs, you require a base platform. If you remember our Lego days, we used to have a base platform on tip with which you build houses. So you require a base platform, which is basically an end-to-end collaboration portal, ideation portal, development portal, end-to-end CI/CD pipeline, which is there to be really able to create this end-to-end. And that's what Virtusa provides. So Virtusa's open innovation platform is bringing all these Legos into one single box. It is providing a base plate where you can assemble. So we have we have tools which create synthetic data at scale. So for example, for one of our clients, we had created nearly about 500,000 corporate customers, about 5 million retail customers, 500 million transaction records, and all of that are mirroring the profile of that particular bank. So they had 3 4 brand underneath them. They had the gender profiling, the kind of accounts which is there, all of the synthetic data. And not only are we providing a plate where you can build the data, but it also has integrated development environment. It has a place where you can actually think about what my idea should be, open it for fintechs to provide information. And along with point one and two, we also provide templates. So if you remember again the Lego analogy, you had those template books about what are the different types of houses you can build. So those are things which you can provide, saying that okay, how would you go about with the customer onboarding journey? How will you digitize the BNPL journey? How will you decide a SME lending journey? So those kind of templates also provided, which allows you to do the starting part. So that's the advantage of the platform itself.
Got it. And quick question, how is OIP platform different from the rest of the solutions that we can see in the market right now?
It's different because it's really a on cloud, on demand platform. So it's hosted on AWS. You can instantiate a new instance of something, customize it based on what your needs are, and literally create it in a matter of minutes and hours. So it's available. The synthetic data analysis of something may take time, but that's also something which can be customized based on the customer's platform. Along with the synthetic data, which mirrors the profile of the particular bank or financial institution, it allows organizations to explore different journeys. So let's say open finance journey or a buy now pay later journey or a SME financial journey. The reason why that can be all done is it already has those templates which I mentioned. In that same environment, you have about 140 pre-curated fintechs which are there. So identified fintechs where we've seen these are the fintechs which work. In addition to that, it also has additional tools as well. So tools such as digital twin API. So this is where banks can actually expose a API, saying that if I expose a API like this, how would you use it to your corporate customers? It has tools like AI models, where you can actually test out things like generative AI. You can test out different AI models which are there on the synthetic data set to see what can be created. As I mentioned, it is a sandbox where you can think about from an ideation perspective. It's one platform which is a holistic journey. So you don't even have to go outside the platform to do development. The platform has native development capabilities for different kind of platforms, and at a click of a button, you can even deploy to production because the entire CI/CD pipeline is also combined into it. So when you deploy it into as solutions or something, they get hosted on the solution stores. So you have different solution stores which can then be accessed by your customers, your clients, by regulatory institutes. That's the advantage of the platform, and that's how it differs from the existing ones in the market.
Makes sense. Thank you. And are there banks and financial services companies already using the Virtusa platform?
The open innovation platform journey started literally in about 2015. So it's about 7 years old platform. So it's not a very new platform. It's matured over a period of time. It started with the Nordic Bank. We have UK's large tier one bank or high street bank, which has done a implementation on this platform. We have Middle Eastern banks which have done implementation of the platform. This platform is actually used for open banking compliance itself by some of the smaller Australian institutes. It has been used by a large tier one US bank to create something called a payment sandbox, which allows you to test out payment solutions on top of it. Very recently, a large Australian bank has actually launched a digital transaction banking sandbox using this platform, which allows them to accelerate innovations in the transaction banking space with their partners, with their customers. Another large Middle Eastern bank, one of the largest Middle Eastern banks, what they have done is they use this platform for actually doing fintech evaluation. So they're saying, okay, if I want to evaluate a fintech before I onboard them onto the platform, they're using this platform to expose the APIs, run hackathons, etc. A large US retail bank also did a hackathon using this platform to find out what kind of solutions they need to bring into the market. So these are just some of the examples of the platform. And as I mentioned, there are a number of live instances of this platform today in the world.
Got it. And how can customers learn a little bit more about OIP and how they can get started with Virtusa offering?
So great question, right, Nestor? The best way to get started is ask for information. And you have a dedicated partner page associated with Open Innovation Platform on AWS website. There's additional information available also on Virtusa's website, which is www.virtusa.com, which has information about the Open Innovation Platform. And if anything else fails, feel free to reach out to you or me so that you can contact us and we can give more information.
Thank you. That's great, Amit. Thank you very much for your time. And also thank you to Virtusa as well for the great work that you are doing helping our customers.
Thanks. And thanks a lot, Nestor, for having me. And best of luck, team.